Free Minds TV is here at the Free Keene Fest, and there's a lot of events going on. There is a live band playing here. You've also got a number of outreach booths dealing with political topics like medical marijuana in New Hampshire, and there is a booth where you can write postcards to Sam Dotson of the Obscure Truth Network, who's still in jail at the moment. We've also just got people hanging out, socializing, and people off the street coming here, meeting activists, seeing what they're about. So let's take a look and see what's going on. So we're here with Mike Barsky. Mike, you're kind of the guy who put this whole event together. How much goes into getting an event like this?
Less than you might imagine, because most of the people around here, all the people at these tables, are really into volunteering, and they want to get their message out. And so I say, hey, we're going to have the Free Keene Fest on this date, and 5 people jump, hey, I'll do this, hey, I'll bring a table, hey, I have tents you can borrow. So there's really all I had to do was like be the central place for information.
And so far this year, as far as I know, you haven't been harassed by the police department.
Not yet.
They just recently dropped the charges against you for a previous Freedom Fest that was held here. So it looks like they're going to leave the event alone.
What they did was drop the charges against me because in order to use the area here exclusively, you need a permit. And they said, well, we can't prove you used it exclusively. So that's why I was pretty confident they're not going to attack us this time. I even made a sign, although I don't know where it is, that says, we're not using this thing exclusively. Feel free to use Railroad Square if you want. So I don't think they're going to come, but who knows.
Here we are at the Keene Freedom Festival. I'm Matt Simon, New Hampshire Coalition for Common Sense Marijuana Policy. And it's the beginning of summer. The legislature should be about done with most of its stuff. The medical marijuana bill has passed the House and Senate. Unfortunately, the governor has not signed it. He's instead said that he would veto it if it came to his desk the way it's written currently. So we're in kind of a strange legislative overtime. It's called a committee of conference, where 4 members of the House and 3 members of the Senate are going to try to work out a compromise bill that the governor won't veto, and hopefully that'll become the law of the land. The thing for people to do is call Governor Lynch's office at 271-2121, tell him that we support the medical marijuana bill, and get your friends to do the same.
Behind us, you can actually see a little bit of activism going on. Gambling is pretty well restricted in the state of New Hampshire, even if it's only a game of penny poker, and that's what the activists behind us are doing. They're playing a game for money, although granted it's mostly only for nickels and pennies, but that's still illegal. This went on at previous Freedom Fests, and it went on without incident, even though it was pretty well publicized. So they're just making a statement that, hey, if you want to gamble a little bit of your own money, you should be free to do that. Another act of civil disobedience going on behind us is the fact that food is being sold without any kind of a permit. This happens pretty frequently. It's not generally enforced very well, but the fact of the matter is you're still expected to get a permit to sell food in an event like this, which shows you just how far the nanny state has gone. And another one of the events going on here is that people can write postcards to Sam Dotson, Sam Miller, whatever you want to call him, who's still being held at the Cheshire County Jail because he won't give his full legal name. He was originally arrested for attempting to videotape here in the Keene District Court lobby, and he still hasn't been released or had a trial date set for him. There's still legal action pending. I know people have filed writs of habeas corpus, but so far they're still holding him essentially indefinitely without even giving him any kind of a court date. So for those who are interested, they can write Sam a postcard, let him know that they're out here thinking about him.
Beer Crash is an organization dedicated to putting out the message of liberty through whatever means necessary. They do a lot of grassroots activism, and they promote a lot of grassroots activism. And they're not some sort of top-down organization. They're from the bottom up. A lot of it's user influence. There are cells. There are, people all across the nation have their own little Beer Crash groups, and they go out and they do their activism, and they spread messages, and they hand out the Beer Crash Manifesto, which basically lays out the principles of liberty in very easy to understand terms.
Yeah, so that concludes our coverage of this Free Keene Festival, but there are going to be others in the future. Usually there's one in the spring and one more towards the fall. So if you're interested in attending this event and didn't know what was going on, if you're in the Keene area, keep your eyes posted because there'll probably be another event planned sometime this fall or the end of the summer.
Good enough.